Hello children, today's video has a lot to do about cameras and photography. I know my eye is shifting right now. I hope you like it. See you in the video. Alright guys, so if you're here today, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Polaroid or Instax Mini photography. My girlfriend has one of these. And when I was in Tennessee, I decided to pick one up for myself. It was a lot cheaper. And honestly, these are really fun cameras. This and film in general is just a different medium to get used to and to enjoy. If you want to like switch it up from the style of shooting digital, it's a way to kind of curate your own feelings of photography there. It's really going to be more toned to your skill set. If you're really dialed into a particular editing style with digital photos, this is a great way to switch it up, the Polaroid camera. And even I have the EOS 650 right now, which is a Canon film camera, one that I really haven't been shooting on that often, but I do like how the photos turn out when I get these. And I'm even going to talk about the Fuji Insta cameras that you can get, the disposable ones that you can get for like $14, and then ship the photos off to like a Walmart or something, and the photos come back and they're all those cameras too. Starting off though, we're gonna look at this Instax Mini 7 Plus. This camera, I got one in like a cream color. I really enjoy it. All you gotta do to turn it on is pull that lens out, put it back in and turn it off. And it has 4 different settings. It has like your indoor, I don't know if you can see it, but indoor settings, tungsten, and then the light settings. And there's also got a flash on it as well. It's a really basic camera. There's no shutter speed, no aperture controls, none of that. You just kind of look through the thing and then take your picture, and you get what you get. It holds the 10 packets of the film that you can buy at literally anywhere. I've seen them at Walmart, I've seen them at Target, I've seen it at Walgreens. So this camera, the film for it, you can buy anywhere. If you're really looking to get into photography, just to take photos and have fun with it, this is honestly a cool niche camera. I picked it up because I thought it'd be fun to play around with it. I was right. I had a great time shooting with this. A couple photos that just aren't wonderful. But again, haven't used it that much. I'm definitely going to use it in Eureka in February. And this is going to be a fun little camera just to bring around. If you want to share some memories with your friends, you can take a picture, take it out of the thing, give it to them, whatever you want to do. This camera's going to be great for that. This is I would call it a memory camera. If you're doing something that was going to make a lot of memories for you, I'd bring this camera. This camera is super cool. I really like it. Moving on, we have the EOS 650. This camera, also a ton of fun. I enjoy shooting on this too. Like I said in the lenses video, if you have a budget lens that's like a Yongnuo or a Miki, anything that isn't traditional Canon, I believe, won't work on this. Won't work on this body. So right now I have a 17-40, and that's the only lens I have that'll work on this. So make sure you have an actual Canon EF lens if you're going to get this specific body. But film camera, super cool. I love using it for street photos. Landscapes can be cool with it too, but honestly I think the street photography lends itself more to this kind of camera. Going ahead, especially if you're going to like the coast, like one of the coastal cities, I would love to bring this down to Santa Cruz to shoot. I think that'd be super cool, especially with lights and stuff. But it's just a super fun camera to again have in your bag. It is actually pretty hefty, but then again it is a lot of metal, this camera, so I would go ahead, take this out if you want to learn some film. I think this one cost me about $65 on keh.com, so it runs fairly cheap. And again, you can use 35 millimeter film with it. Okay, 35 millimeter film with it. And again, you can put any EF lens on it. Just make sure though, for this particular camera, there is no, as far as I could tell, way to meter it. So what I'll usually do is I'll usually use my R6 or my girlfriend's film camera that does have a meter and use that to meter this camera. But film is fun. I have a good time with film. These two film cameras are really fun, really nice cameras. But there is one more that I would like to talk about. And that is going to be the instant disposable cameras. Typically they're made by Fuji. I believe you can find them by Kodak too. I think Kodak makes them. But this camera model is really, really fun for the simple fact that you have no idea what the hell you're getting at all. With this camera, at least you know what lens you have on it. At least you can, well, typically you can meter it, etc., etc. The disposable cameras, you can't meter it. You don't know what lens is on it, but looking at it, I think it might be like a 24mm lens or something like that, but it's nothing crazy. And it's just a surprise. You get the photos back, and your thumb is in half the photos. But for me, I really like the disposable cameras for the simple fact that you can just have fun with it. It's cheap plastic, so it's not like it matters. You send them into Walmart. It's a $30 investment total. You get the camera for $15, send the photos in for $15, and then you're good. I use a disposable camera going to Six Flags over Georgia because the way they do their camera policy did not allow me to bring in my EOS R6 with its lenses and stuff like that. So I ended up just bringing the disposable camera, and that actually worked really, really nicely. It worked well, and the photos I came back with were actually pretty cool. I'll go ahead and put some up on the screen here. But in all honesty, though, it's just a fun camera, and that's the whole thing with film. Film is a very different way of photography than a lot of us know today. A lot of us shoot digital. A lot of us use our phones or awesome fancy mirrorless cameras. But it's a completely different way of viewing photography. Not being able to edit the photo a certain way that you would like. Having to rely on certain film stock. Having to really take every single shot carefully. That was something fun with the disposable camera, was you only have 27 photos to take with that camera. So you were really watching what you were shooting to make sure it was worth it. And for me, I think I came away with some pretty cool images. Obviously, I had my thumb in like half of them, so that's not wonderful. But still a good time to kind of help learn photography more as an art, because that's what we're all doing. We're all making art, whether it's with this Instax Mini 7, this T7, or this EOS 650, or with an R6 or R5 or whatever camera you have. We're here making art, we're here taking photos, taking video, having a good time. I think that these film cameras are a great way to learn photography as an art, and it's a really cool journey learning through them. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like, thumbs up, subscribe to turn on the notifications, and leave a comment what camera you have or what is your favorite camera to use. Obviously, my favorite camera is the R6 because it's my dream camera. I've always wanted an R6, and when I got one, I've just felt so good. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.